Welcome back to our channel, guys. It's your host with the most, Vince.
And it's your girl, Arlene.
And we're the Royalty Adventure. So we got a hot take. This is like Battle of the Cruise Line from different ports.
Go.
So there's an ongoing beef, right? There's a lot of people that want to know, okay, which one is like the better fit? Is it Carnival Glory, Carnival Conquest? We've had the opportunity to sail on both.
Mm-hmm.
We've had a great experience on both ships.
Yeah.
And I know there's like a lot of first time cruises, or there's people that's contemplating like which one to choose from.
Right. They either gonna pick either Carnival Glory or Carnival Conquest. So hopefully in this video it kind of gives you which area or which cruise you decide to go on based on what we're about to tell you.
So this is kind of like a review slash comparison, I would say, from our experience.
Right.
All right, so Carnival Conquest launched in 2002.
Yeah.
It is the first ship of the Conquest class. It has a duration of 2 to 5 cruises from Miami, Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Ranks number 9 out of 26 Carnival cruise ships. It can carry 3,000 passengers. And it received the Fun Ship 2.0 upgrade in 2017. And then it was refurbished in 2022.
Right. And Carnival Glory originally launched in 2003. The Carnival Glory ship has been refreshed and upgraded in 2024, just recently last year.
Yep.
Carnival Glory ranked number 20 out of 26 Carnival Cruise Line cruise ships. Primarily offered 3 and 4 night cruises to the Caribbean and the Bahamas from Port Canaveral. It's the second of 5 Conquest class cruise ships, and Carnival Glory can accommodate up to 2,980 passengers.
So which one is your pick? From if this is Battles of the Sisters of the siblings, because they're both in the same class, right? I'm picking Miami.
Yeah, it's right here in our backyard, true. But for me, I'm only going to say Conquest only because of the vibe and the fun that I had on there.
Yes.
It was definitely a time on Conquest.
So I know a couple of videos back we did which one was like the most lit ship.
Mm-hmm.
This is probably before we even boarded on the ship. But after our experience and the time was had,
Yes,
it is definitely the most lit ship, right? And a lot of people say the same thing. It's the most partying ship.
Yep, I would agree because I think it was a post that somebody had put out there.
Yep.
And I've seen nothing but Conquest across the board. I've seen a couple of Glory in there, but I've seen nothing but Conquest across the board as the most, like the ship that gave them the most exciting time or had the most fun time was Carnival Conquest.
Now, we seen this young lady. She went viral on her video on Carnival Glory. That's like the church cruise. Like the choirs was there. It wasn't that much vibe, but during that time when we went to, it was a lot of factors of the rating that we gave it. This was early January where the weather was.
Oh, it was really cold.
It was really cold, yeah. So they didn't really get to experience like the warm weather compared to like Carnival Conquest.
Right.
But it is a great ship, honestly. Like I said, and both ships are over 20 years old.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, so as we spoke about it, Carnival Conquest is selling from Miami, Florida, doing like 2 to 5 day cruises. And then Carnival Glory is doing the same thing too, but out of Port Canaveral.
Port Canaveral, right.
Right. And then a little background of our experience there on Carnival Conquest and Carnival Glory. We did the same itinerary. We went to Nassau, Bahamas, and Princess Cay. We had a great time in Nassau. That's when we had the tour guide by Serge.
Yeah.
That was like a family cruise that we did. And then Princess Cay is just one of those cruises where you get off the shuttle and
you just go chill on the beach. Honestly, if you don't have any excursions, we just chilled on the beach and just unwind and relax.
So sometimes it's not even, well, it is the itinerary, but sometimes it's the cruise ship because every cruise ship is different. Our onboard features, like we mentioned, They're both 20 years old. So you'll find some of the same features and similarities like the waterworks splash zones,
Mhm.
the adults only retreat,
Yeah.
Serenity,
Yeah.
the mini golf course, hot tubs, bars. There's a basketball court.
Yes.
Oh, they've even put what's that sports called right now?
Is it what the
It's like tennis. You guys know.
oh pickleball?
Pickleball, yes. Yes, they recently put those as part of their refurbishment too.
Mhm.
But like I said, both are the same. So dining options. So if you're cruising for the first time, the number one joint spot you need to check out is
Guy's Burger Joint. You already know that.
right. So both ships offer that too. So you don't have to feel some type of way like the other ship has it. No, both ship offers God's Burgers, and they make the best burgers at sea,
Mhm.
hands down. And then you have Blue Iguana Cantina.
Right.
On sea days, there's sea day brunch,
Mhm.
and then of course the traditional main dining room,
Or
and
the
then the
buffet.
buffet too.
Right.
So what I did was I went back to the reviews that we did on both ships. And then I'm gonna mention like the complimentary dining option that is included with your cruise fare, like God's Burgers joint, the Lido Marketplace buffet, Carnival Deli, Blue Can- Blue Cantina Iguana, Swirls, Pizza Pirates, Old Fashioned Barbecue, which is a hidden gem on the
Mhm.
second floor in the buffet that a lot of people miss out and they don't know
Yes.
about. And then, like I mentioned, there's city brunch. Now, around the cruise ships on both ships, you are gonna have things for an additional fee
Mhm.
as far as dining options like the seafood shack, the chef's table, Dr. Seuss green eggs and ham, where you can
Mhm.
take your kids and
Your
your
kids.
family.
Yeah.
There's a 24-hour room service. There's the Java Blue Cafe for those who want smoothies,
Coffee. Yeah.
pastries. Yeah. And then if you want sweets too, like candy, there's a cherry on top on board. Now, around the cruise ships, on both ships, there are a lot of bars from everywhere,
Yeah.
I would say.
Literally.
On the main deck, the little deck, you're going to have the Blue Iguana Tequila Bar, the Alchemy Bar on deck 5,
Mhm.
the Wreck Frog Pub, and the Wreck Frog Rum Bar, which is like a very popular spot because those
It's
two are across
on the
from each
Lido.
other.
Yep, and they're on the Lido deck too.
Yeah, so if you want to have fun, enjoy some times with the musicians, there's a piano bar. Uh, the Cheers package.
Mhm.
You can get the Cheers package from the bar too. There's the Thai bar. There's a lot of bars on both ships that you're not going to miss out on. So, one thing we never addressed because a lot of people do ask is elegant night,
Right.
formal night. Like, how does that work? How many days? Is there on the cruise ship? Yes. So it all depends on your cruise duration.
Duration. Right.
So if you're sailing from like 2 to 5 days, there's usually one.
One. Mhm.
It's usually one, and it's usually the second day or the
Mhm.
third day from your sailing.
Right.
And if you're doing anything 6 days or longer, there are two formal nights
Yeah.
on board. Um, I do want to talk about the drink package.
Mhm.
So the drink package is going to be offered across all Carnival cruise ships,
Right.
but keep in mind that the price did increase, and the current price is like 82.54
Per person per day.
per day, and you have a maximum of 15 drinks,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
So now keep in mind that if you're gonna book these cruise and the cruise duration, that the drink package might exceed more than the actual trip.
Than the actual trip. And when we say drink package, it's not only liquor, but there's also your bubbly sodas, your
Yeah.
coffees, your specialty drinks and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So it's not only liquor. There's other stuff included with the drink package.
So both ships does offer
The drink
the
package.
drink package.
Mhm.
So keep in mind with the price. And then too, if you want to buy occasional drinks here and there, you can too. It's not gonna come up more than 82.54 per
Right.
day.
And it's not, you don't have to. So don't feel like you're obligated to buy the drink package because we never do, because we're just occasional drinkers. We might buy a drink here and there. So
All right, so next point, entertainment and the nightlife. Very different on both ship. All
yes,
right. Um, and then as we continue to cruise, we've noticed that the production, like the playlist production, the Broadway, it varies from ship to ship.
right.
They're all not going to be the same. If you've been to a playlist production on a new ship like Carnival Celebration, Mardi Gras, or Jubilee, it's going to
It's
be
gonna be
way
different.
different compared to like an older ship like Carnival Conquest and Carnival Glory.
Mhm.
You're going to get activities like Deal or No Deal,
Mhm.
the Punchliner Comedy Club, which we always say
Carnival
Carnival always selects like the best
comedy.
comedians.
Yep, hands down.
Um, Karaoke, you're gonna find out around the cruise ship. There's deck parties,
Right.
right? And then the nightclubs. I do want to touch on the deck parties because, like I said, every cruise ship is different. So um, some may do the 80s
The
theme
80s theme.
parties.
Uh-huh.
Some may do the all white deck parties.
Mhm.
So it varies from ship to ship, but we got to experience both of these themes, these activities on both ships. I want to talk about the nightclub.
Yes.
I'm going to tell you, hands down, the best nightclub on Fleet
It's Conquest,
is
y'all.
Conquest.
I'm just saying. It's Conquest.
There's a lot of videos you can see out there, like, but let's talk about our experience.
I don't know what it is, but the club, the nightclub on Conquest just be jumping. I don't know.
And it's for some reason, it's like they're selecting the best DJs on for no the best DJ for Carnival Conquest,
Yes. They definitely know how to do that one.
and they don't miss. They don't miss at all. We went to the club one point on Carnival Conquest. They
Uh-huh.
were doing the electric slide for like 30 minutes long,
Every song, it don't matter what song was being played.
back to back.
Every song they was just doing. I really enjoyed that night. That
Yeah.
was a really it was a really fun night, and you can tell everybody that was there, they were just there to have a good time.
Hmm.
And when I say we had a time was had at that nightclub,
The nightclub.
it was packed. Everybody was just enjoying their time. When I said that, no lie, that electric slide went on for 30 minutes. We was electrifying to like the wildest song you could think of. Any song that came out, we was electric sliding to.
And let me tell you, it was people from all ages, not all ages, like except for like the younger children, but
Mm-hmm.
like people from um, the earlier adults to
Yeah.
mid 30s, 40s, and up.
And
It was like
mm-hmm.
we were all in there enjoying and having a good time.
Yeah, that definitely time was had at Conquest nightclub. I don't think like even then after that, no nightclub has topped Conquest.
Nah, even with the newer ships, it doesn't top
Nah.
Conquest. So I'm telling you, Conquest hands down has the best DJ.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta have the right cruise director too to set that
True.
energy.
True.
And then you gotta have the right music along too. And they have all of that. They check all of that.
Yep.
All right. So the key difference I would say between both ships would be the theme, the aesthetics.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be the same on Carnival Glory. What was it? It was like pirates.
Carnival Glory.
Yeah. I just knew the buffet was outdated,
Yes, it was very outdated.
very outdated. And then when we say aesthetics and theme, it was like pirates or some type of ship in the buffet.
Mm-hmm.
And then Conquest, I think it's more like Italian,
Italian, yes. Conquest more was like giving more Italian vibe.
right? But I would say because Carnival Glory is a year older than
Mm-hmm.
Conquest, so the theater is going to be bigger,
A little bigger,
a
right?
little bigger. So I think we touch all main points
Mm-hmm.
from food, entertainment to itineraries to selling to DJ to like which one would you choose?
Like
It
I
all
said,
depends.
yep. Like I said, for me in the beginning, it was definitely Conquest because it was a vibe. That was the ship that I had the most fun on from the beginning to end. From the sail away party, I feel like I was at a cookout with
Yeah.
all of my
Yeah.
families. Just from the music. I'm very big on music, so music was a vibe for me while on vacation. Um, the cruise director was on point. Like
Yes.
everything for me was Carnival Conquest, hands down. You?
You can't go wrong with either or.
True.
I'm gonna say that you can't go wrong with either or. But if you want like a real party experience, non-stop fun, it's gonna be Carnival Conquest,
Mm-hmm. True.
right? And I'll break it down for you too, because Conquest is like the budget friendly cruise.
Mm-hmm.
Like out of a lot of selling, Carnival Conquest out of Miami is the budget friendly cruise.
Right.
If you need like a quick getaway, it's departed from Miami. You're gonna get a lot from Miami, even when you're traveling down too for like your vacation. There's a lot of
Mm-hmm.
things to do
Mm-hmm.
compared to like Port Canaveral.
Yeah.
There's South Beach. You have Wynwood. You have the Miami Art District.
Downtown,
Downtown.
Bayside.
Yeah,
There's a lot to see.
there's a lot to see and do. But back onto like the cruise ship. Honestly, because it's an older cruise ship, you don't need it to be like the latest upgrades,
Right.
right? And this is for Carnival Conquest. Now, when it comes to Carnival Glory, um, they do have slightly longer itineraries.
Mm-hmm.
It's a more updated ship, I
Yeah.
would say, that it may appeal to you.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, like I said, you're selling from Port Canaveral.
Right.
We love Port Canaveral. We've been there a couple times for our cruise too. And what we recently started doing, especially when it comes to booking our cruise, we stayed in Orlando.
Yeah. Because it's cheaper. We learned a little hack with
Yeah,
that.
that's a little hack.
And plus there's so much more to do in Orlando.
Right, compared to Port Canaveral. Port Canaveral is just, I don't even know how to explain it.
It's small and
It's
there's
small,
not
yeah. It's very
much to
small.
do. There's
Yeah.
not much to choose from, I guess, when it comes to like options for food and if you want to go out and, see some things. So we learned that, Orlando, there's so much more to see, so much more to do, and there's many more options, and the hotels are cheaper.
Yes. So what I would say when it comes to like comparing these two cruise ships, it's not the cruise ship itself.
Right.
It's what you make out of it,
Mm-hmm.
how long you want to be at sea,
Yes.
and the experience you make out of it. Because the ship is going to be the ship,
Right.
regardless of what.
Right.
So I know we've sat on a lot of cruises, and there's been certain people that just, especially when it comes to like the dining option, they only know the buffet,
Mm-hmm.
right? And they get upset about how the food was just horrible. Well, did you get a chance to explore?
The other
Yeah,
places, there's the main dining
Yeah.
room. There's a whole bunch of other different complimentary, places on the ship that you can eat.
right. So please, when you are booking these cruises, I always emphasize, take advantage of what's free because you pay for it.
Mm-hmm.
You pay for your vacation. So we're going to wrap up this video. So if there's nothing wrong between Carnival Glory and then Carnival Conquest, you can't go
You can't go wrong with neither.
either or.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to wrap up this video,
That's it.
right? This is our comparison on Carnival Glory and Carnival Conquest. So we're going to wrap up. This is your host with the most, Vince.
And it's your girl Arlene.
And we're the Royalty Adventure. And don't forget, while you are on the ships, to cruise and chill. Peace.